Hey everyone, how you doing? Roderick Wolf here, and this is the 5D conscious flow. What is the 5D conscious flow? It is a space in which we have a theme and I turn on the camera and I start talking. The video is gonna have no edits, it's just gonna be there, and I'm gonna go with the flow as I speak. So in today's video we're gonna talk about vibration, right? Low vibes, high vibes. What are vibes? What does it mean when someone says, oh, this person has a good vibe, this person has a bad vibe, or what is that, right? So we gotta start by understanding that everything in the universe is pure energy. This is what EMC squared means, the famous equation by Albert Einstein. Matter is just condensed energy, and because of that is also obeying the laws of thermodynamics, which are the laws that control how energy is gonna behave, right? That's why, for instance, when you have a cup of coffee, you put this cup of coffee in the table, and the cup of coffee is not gonna start boiling, it's gonna go to room temperature. That's because it's obeying the laws of thermodynamics. That's why sometimes when you sit on the bus, if you leave and someone comes and sit where you were at, this person is gonna feel like the seat is hot, right? Because there was a transference of energy that happened. So in the same way, we as human beings, we are broadcasters and we are receivers of energy. We broadcast energy all the time and we receive energy all the time. Every time that we speak, every time that we interact with each other, we are broadcasting and we are receiving energy. So what does it mean to say that someone has a low and or a high vibe, right? Well, low and high vibes, they're always relative compared to the observer or to the person that is gonna feel the vibration of the other person. So let me talk like this. Have you ever been in a moment where everything was just negative, like your perspective of the world and the people around you, even the people that you loved, were negative? It's as if you could only produce negative thoughts and you could only think not beautiful things. You could only think things that were really on the negative spectrum of reality. It doesn't mean that they were not true or that they were true. It just meant that they were there, but at that moment, for some reason, you were looking at that side and you couldn't take your eyes out of it and your attention. This is because we have our hearts, right? In our heart center, we have a mechanism, a feeling mechanism. This feeling mechanism is what we use to feel vibration. What's up, bro? This feeling mechanism is what we use to feel vibration, right? We have our hearts, and as soon as we interact with other people, we can feel what vibration they're at. If we are not very materialized, if we are not very in the just the 3D type of world, the physical world. So that's the reason why sometimes when you talk to some people, it feels so good to talk to them. You feel calmer, you feel like that person really had a positive impact. And sometimes it feels the opposite, right? It feels like you were having a great day, but then you spoke to that one person, or sometimes to your boss, or sometimes to anybody, and what happens is that person took you to the side that they were at. This is because vibrations are always being broadcasted and being received, right? So lots of times what we try to do is we try to change the thought pattern, right? We try to force ourselves to think positive things, and that actually works. A lot of the times it works, but it's way harder because we gotta understand where thoughts are coming from. Thoughts come from the vibration that we are at, right? What is the vibration? Vibration is the feeling. Is the feeling that we are tuned in. So for instance, let's say that we are we are in a low vibrational frequency, right? Our thoughts and our emotions, they are gonna be tuned in to opinions, and they're gonna be tuned in to thoughts that are in that same low frequency. So I'm gonna look, let's say, at this beautiful park, and I'm gonna see some garbage in the floor, and then I'm gonna think something negative. And instead of thinking about the blue and the green and how beautiful everything is in this community, right? So this is what the importance of being right with your vibration, of being in the right vibration that works for you, right? Because what happens is, if you are in a low vibration and you talk to some people, what's gonna happen is these people are gonna reply to you in a way that's gonna keep you on the same vibration. So it's the same thing with being in a high vibration, being high. This is where being high comes from. It's being in a high vibration, right? What is being in a high vibration is when you just can see positivity about the world and about everything else. You are in a high frequency, so your thoughts and your opinions and everything that you that comes from you is gonna be in a high frequency, and that's why it feels. That's where good feelings are at. High frequency is the natural state of the consciousness, right? We can say spirit or consciousness, it doesn't matter, of the life force. So if we are connected and tapped into that high frequency, we're gonna feel good. We're gonna feel like our lives are perfect. We're gonna only see beauty in the world. We're gonna come to this park, and the garbage on the floor is not gonna call our attention, because what calls your attention, the environment, low frequency, high frequency in the environment is also calling your attention all the time. So lots of people say, okay, I understand that, but how can I change my vibration, right? How can I tune into a higher vibration? How can I feel like I am in a state of mind that works for me and that makes everything better, that shifts my perspective into the positive side? And even if I have to go through something that is hard to go through, I can go through suffering less, as less as possible. Well, that's where meditation comes. Lots of people, they think that a meditation is just for the monks, and they think that I cannot do that. I can't, it's not what I like. My mind never stops. How can I possibly do it? But well, it's the way that things start, isn't it? You don't do something until one day you start to decide like doing it. And when you do it, that's it. Now it's something that you do, and it becomes a part of you, because you see that works for you. In the same way that some people start working out and they say, oh my God, I love working out, I can't stop it. It was hard in the beginning, but now it feels so great. The same happens. The very same thing happens with meditation. I myself was a person that I never thought in a million years that I would be a person that meditates. But the thing is, the positive impact that you feel from it is such a huge impact in your life that you just feel like you can't go without it. You feel like it's like reading, or it's like doing anything that you really like, So in my particular case, the way that I feel is, I feel like if I am stuck in a low vibe, I know that the low vibration is gonna be there until maybe the environment interacts with me and something really positive happens, which is hard when you're in a low vibe, because you're tuned into other things that are gonna keep you on the same vibe. Or I meditate, and then I shift my frequency into a higher state, And as soon as you shift your frequency, you become more pleasant. You talk to people and they can feel inside you the presence. They can feel that you are there. They can feel that you are giving yourself to them. They can feel that you're also receiving the value, because since you're tuning into a high frequency, now you can only see good in them. And when you see good in a person, as you talk to them and look in their eyes, that's when they can see good in themselves as well. And a lot of times what they do is they tune into your frequency. So I feel like that's one of the main roles of meditation. You know, there's a connection with your inner being, with your spirit, you know, with who you are before you have a name and before you have an identity that you have to fight and defend every day. Before that, you are just pure consciousness. And this pure consciousness is always there. What is what we call sometimes, you know, the voice of consciousness that is there guiding us. And the more you meditate and the more you actually take care of it, the more you can, the more you train it. It's like a muscle, right? Let's say I go to the gym and I do something with my arms or something. Like, the muscle is gonna get stronger, and then whenever I try to lift some weight, it's gonna be easier now. So it's the same with like connecting with your intuition. Your intuition is your inner being, is the voice of who you really are. And this voice always knows the way. It always knows what you're supposed to do. It always knows everything. This is the voice of the inner God that lives inside each one of us. So, well, now that you know what high vibes and low vibes and vibration is, I would like you to maybe try to tune into a higher vibration, right? Get some 20 minutes, sit down, try to tap into a higher state of mind, and try to connect with that goodness that is inside you. You know, that feeling that you have on your best day. Try to do that. Try to make that connection, and let me know how it goes. You know, and then of course, as soon as you leave the meditation, sometimes you're not in a high vibration. Sometimes you're just in a neutral vibration, right? Or maybe sometimes today you couldn't stop your mind. Your mind was very agitated. It's okay. At least you observed it. Observation is also data collection, and data collection is what you use in the future for self-knowledge. So, yes, now that you know why sometimes it just feels like everything is bad, and sometimes why it feels like some people are really on cloud 9 and they're just annoying because of how high vibrational they are. I am very guilty of that sometimes. You can go and tap into a higher state of mind. How about that? And then see. And if you like it, make sure that you keep doing that. You stay there, because that's where everything happens. Magic. I'm not gonna say this right now because there's gonna be a next video. But magic happens in the higher states of mind. Real magic, where the universe gives you actually signs, and the level of coincidences happening all the time are so huge that you can't just believe in coincidences anymore. You're gonna start believing that everything happens exactly the way that it has to happen, and then you fall into the rabbit hole of spirituality. So thank you for watching this video, and subscribe to my channel if you can, because since I'm starting, I want to be able to expand. If you can send this video to someone that you like, you know, and I don't know, get them to watch the video, I would really appreciate it. And that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much, and I see you in the next video.